It's hard to watch. Children circled a mother, then pinned her against a fence. Dragging the mother and her son to the ground, continuously beating them.
And I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize.
And all I'm gonna say to the parents, if y'all don't tame them little animals that y'all got, y'all gonna see they little first 48. Because if they doing that now, imagine what they're gonna do later.
We are at a point in society where the children can get it. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
How bad is society when I can sit up here and tell you, the kids can get it?
This Chicago story has the entire internet on fire right now. Picture this. A mother simply walking her kids home from school on the south side, and out of nowhere she's ambushed not by one kid, not by two, but by a whole swarm of students. The video is so vicious, so chaotic, that the second it hit the timeline, it spread like wildfire. But here's the part that sent people over the edge. The bullies' parents came out talking, and some of them actually defended their kids. Yes, defended. Their kids. The moment that clip appeared online, Black celebrities jumped in immediately. Corey Holcomb went off. Lil Z Osama publicly said he'd step in to support the family. Even the mayor had to speak on it because the outrage was growing by the hour. And let's be real, this isn't one of those kids will be kids moments you can brush aside. No, this hit the culture in the chest. It rattled the whole community, and honestly, it raises a terrifying question. If this is how elementary school kids are acting now, what does the future even look like?
Incident unfolded just a couple blocks away from Orville Bright Elementary School, where the boy is a student. Korshonda says they were walking home when a group of kids began following them, then started punching and the mother and son.
They fought my son, they hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
So here's where everything exploded. South Deering, deep on Chicago's south side. A mom named Coranda Hatter is just doing what any parent does, walking her babies home from Orville T. Bright Elementary. She's got her 9-year-old son on one side, her 6-year-old daughter on the other, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, this pack of school-age kids rolls up on them. Not teenagers, not some older street crew literal elementary school kids from the same campus. And instead of talking, instead of walking past, they launch straight into full-on violence. No hesitation, no pause, like they'd been waiting for that moment.
The little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little ones.
The footage is horrifying. You see this mother trying desperately to shield her babies, while a swarm of kids starts swinging on her from every angle. Her 9-year-old son gets yanked into the chaos, dragged across the ground, literally beaten while he's down. Coranda gets knocked off her feet, stomped, hit from every direction like she's fighting off a storm with her bare hands. And the worst, most gut-wrenching part? Her little 6-year-old daughter is just standing there shaking, crying, frozen, forced to watch her mom and big brother get jumped by a crowd. And listen, trigger warning, because this is one of the most disturbing videos the internet has seen in a long time. It's not just violence, it's cruelty. It's chaos. It's kids acting with zero fear of consequences. Coranda and her son were rushed to the hospital afterward. The daughter wasn't physically beaten, but someone yanked her hair. And mentally, she's shattered after witnessing her family get attacked like that. Early online chatter claimed Coranda might be pregnant, but that part hasn't been confirmed. What has been confirmed is even more heartbreaking. The mother is battling sickle cell anemia, a serious medical condition that makes the trauma and the injuries she suffered even more dangerous and even more devastating.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground, and he was down on the ground. And he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick, she has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
The attack shook this family so violently that neighbors and community members stepped in and literally helped them move out of the neighborhood altogether. That's how unsafe it became. They packed up, left everything behind, and transferred the kids to a completely different school because staying there wasn't an option anymore, not after what happened. But here's the part that adds a whole new layer of anger. This wasn't some random, out-of-the-blue incident. This mother had been begging for help long before the viral video ever hit the internet. She'd reported bullying at that school for 2 years straight. 2 years of her son being targeted, picked on, threatened, and nothing meaningful was ever done. No real action, no real protection. So when this attack happened, it wasn't just violence. It was the result of a system that ignored a mother's warnings until things escalated to the worst possible level.
Katt went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks. All of the results of her sickle cell disease. Katt tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it.
The second that video hit social media, the entire internet detonated. Comment sections, timelines, group chats, everything flooded with pure outrage. And people weren't sugarcoating anything. A whole lot of folks said straight up, if a pack of kids ran up on me or my family like that, I'm fighting back. Because, let's be honest, once you're stomping somebody, once you're dragging a child across the pavement, that's not kids being kids anymore. That's intentional. That's violent. That's a choice. And the sentiment online was loud and unanimous. If these kids are old enough to roll up as a group, attack a mother and her children, and feel bold enough to record it, then they're old enough to deal with the real-world consequences that come with those actions. People were done making excuses. The internet said what it said, and it said it loudly.
Well, she wasn't a child when she raised her hand and started swinging on that grown woman. So guess what? From here on out, you get grown woman treatment. Not only that.
And of course, the internet didn't stop with the kids. People started dragging the parents of the attackers too. Comment after comment called it out. This is exactly what happens when kids grow up with zero discipline, zero accountability, and parents who defend every bad decision like their child is a saint. That whole "my baby would never" attitude? Yeah. The internet said this is what it creates. People were fired up, saying this is what happens when parents want to be their child's friend instead of their parent. When kids grow up with entitlement, no structure, no consequences, and no positive role models guiding them, it becomes neglect disguised as love, chaos disguised as freedom. And the consensus online was crystal clear. This isn't a teaching moment. This is a serious failure on multiple levels, and there need to be real, heavy consequences for everyone involved.
I don't know what you're doing at home, but tonight it better be some whooped asses up in that house. Huh? I'm talking about one of them old back in the day ones. I'm talking about give them a bath, let them go, think they going to sleep, and commence to whooping that ass in the dark. Yeah, these kids need that.
So let's be clear, this clip didn't go viral just because it was violent. It went viral because it confirmed what people have been warning about for years, this new wave of gentle parenting mixed with kids who genuinely believe they can do whatever they want with zero accountability. And then came the most infuriating part. Some of the attackers' own family members jumped online to defend them like they were victims. The audacity was unreal. One Facebook post in particular had everyone's blood boiling. A mother going by the name Ya Street Patrick got online to defend her daughter, and the tone was so delusional it almost didn't feel real. She called her bully daughter a great-ass kid and brushed off the whole situation with the classic line, "Kids gonna be kids." And it's kids out here that did way worse-ish. She even tried to blame it on peer pressure, as if that magically erased what happened. Then she doubled down and proudly declared, "If you know her family, you know if we find a friend in a meffer, we standing behind them 100% no matter what." And to top it off, cherry on the chaos sundae, she wrapped her post with, "Feel how y'all want. F y'all. Classy. Super classy." And people were left wondering how a child could grow up acting like a disrespectful menace and think it's normal. Life's great mysteries, right? Now, yes, a few parents did make their kids apologize. But even those apologies rubbed people the wrong way. Take this video one of the female bully's mothers posted. She had her daughter apologize on camera, sure. But the way she talked about her child, like she was some misunderstood little angel who just made a tiny whoopsie. And then she had the nerve to call the whole thing a fight. A fight? Let's stop right there. This wasn't a fight. It wasn't mutual. It wasn't equal. It was a brutal, unprovoked attack on a defenseless mother and her 2 babies with a crowd of kids treating it like entertainment. And that's why the internet is still furious.
My name is Kamara Grant, and I was wrong.
But let's talk about this so-called apology, because, baby, the performance was Oscar-worthy and not in a good way. The girl didn't even say what she actually did. She just sat there, dabbing at invisible tears, talking about how she has so much to deal with. Please, be serious. I'm sorry, y'all, but this apology, I'm not buying a single second of it. And then her mother with her whole chest jumps in saying, keep it respectful. This is a child. Absolutely not. She wasn't acting like a child when she was out there swinging on a sick woman and helping drag a 9-year-old boy across the pavement. But now that the internet is holding her accountable, suddenly it's time for respect? Where was that same energy when Karanda and her children were being jumped? These kids didn't show respect. They didn't show empathy. They didn't show humanity. But now they want sympathy? Yeah, that's gonna be a no from me. Now, let's shift to the celebrity reactions. Because the way Black public figures have been speaking out, whew, they didn't hold back. First up, Corey Holcomb. And you already know Corey is not the type to sugarcoat, soften, or politely hint. He went straight for the throat. Corey said exactly what millions were thinking. Adults and parents need to stop pretending this is kids being kids. According to him, kids acting out isn't new, but kids jumping somebody's mama? That's a whole new level of degeneracy that's becoming way too normalized. And honestly, he's not wrong.
I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down. But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama. Do you hear me? I grew up Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama because there was still respect in the community. Right. Motherfucker come to your door who ready to kill you and your mama answer the door. They'll be like, hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing? Will Leroy come outside? And if Leroy won't come out, they'll be like, all right. That's how I grew up, homie. Killers, for real. But there was still enough respect in the community where a family was given a pass. Now, nothing. Look, I want to talk about, because I just want you to know this is also a result of the downfall of society. Teachers are not with it no more. They're trying to get out of the profession. There's too many teachers with testimony online saying, my health is not worth this profession that I put effort and education into because of the way the children conduct themselves. How can you be a teacher if a little boy in 3rd grade is saying, fuck you, bitch, die? Wait, are you serious? Do you know the psychological damage that causes to the adult who can't knock the shit out the kid? If you got a society that is broken to the point where the kids can get it, there needs to be a hard reset, man. The kids are the ones we are supposed to be bringing up for the future.
But amidst all this chaos, there's a silver lining. While the attack left the family shaken to their core, the community and even some unexpected allies rallied around them. Local Chicago rapper Lil Z Osama stepped in personally, offering to help the family in a way that went beyond words. He flew them out to LA, gave them a safe escape from the trauma, and even treated them to a Christmas shopping spree, turning a moment of pure horror into a rare glimpse of hope and care. It was a gesture that reminded everyone watching that, even in the darkest moments, solidarity and humanity can shine through.
That's something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids at that age should not be doing things like that, especially to an adult and to their peers that go to school with them, that's crazy. That shouldn't be happening in our community. We got to do better.
Meanwhile, the city itself couldn't stay silent. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson stepped up and officially condemned the attack, calling it completely unacceptable. He didn't mince words, promising that action must be taken to hold the perpetrators accountable and to make sure families in neighborhoods like South Deering can feel safe again. It was a rare moment of authority meeting outrage, sending a clear message: this kind of violence will not be ignored.
We want to make sure that those individuals who are involved in this brutal attack, that there's accountability. But there's also something very disturbing about children carrying out such a violent act. There's clearly a need for some intervention there as well.
But here's the kicker: people aren't holding back anymore. What the mayor calls intervention, the internet is calling real talk. Some good old-fashioned discipline at home, and yes, punishing the parents too. One commenter straight up said, "The intervention is called belt to A, and if the parents don't step up, the next level, according to them, is cutting off government assistance, which, they argue, might hurt even more." Another fired-up voice added, "Girl, you speak facts. Take them off public assistance and lock their asses up. I promise you, these kids wouldn't be out here acting like this or committing crimes." Someone else wrote, "All those kids need at least a week in jail, and the parents need to be held accountable too, either getting sued or even doing time for not being real parents. Problem solved." So now it's up to you. What's the best way to fix this mess? Who should actually be held responsible? The kids, the parents, the school, or all of the above? Drop your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video for more.